Hursty Games. Whoop. Let's go.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode. Today, we need to get ourselves back into form. Obviously, the last episode, if you've seen it, spoilers incoming, we had a stinker, boys. We had an absolute blooming mare, and we really need to wake up today, and we need to get back into winning ways. What we're going to do is we have our game against Newcastle, and then we have our game against Porto. Now, we're going to play our game against Newcastle. We're probably going to play the game against Porto as well. We're going to play quite a rotated side, give a lot of youngsters a chance, and see how some of these younger players are coming through, how they're doing, how they feel in game, and really give them a good try and see if, you know, they're people that we can potentially look to play in the future. Obviously, a lot of them are going to have like minus ratings because they haven't played, but this is a chance for us to try a couple of people out, rotate a little bit, and again, then really rest some legs for a big game against Spurs in the next episode as well. So that's what we're going to focus on today. But first up, we have got Newcastle, and this needs to be a win. We've had some stinker losses recently. We need to like right the wrong form, go for this, pick up 3 points. I've just realised I have skipped the loading screen to show you the team. So if you give me 1 second, I do apologise. I was just, honestly, I was in autopilot. Completely forgot what I was doing. But we obviously are away to Newcastle here. I'll show you our starting lineup very quickly. I do apologise. Ramsdale in net, Hammerline at left back, Webster, Carter-Vicker and Fisher in the back line. Bright on the left, Ellis Todd, who's a little bit tired on the right, Agu and Chalobah in the middle, Pepe Ars and Lyndon Dykes up top. I do apologise. I was just in autopilot mode, completely forgot what I was doing and went straight into the game. But we are here against Newcastle. Hopefully it will be a nice away trip to St James's Park and we can get ourselves 3 points. It's going to be an important one. As I said, we need to stop the rot and stop the bad form, get back into winning ways, and then hopefully have a nice little bit of form ready for the Spurs game, as we're going to rest quite a few people in the Porto game. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see how we do. Come on, boys. Good start here as Pepe Ars is bursting through the middle now. Going to lay it off to Agu. Agu's going to bring it forward. Going to play it into Pepe Ars. Can he get it back here? He's going to play it to Ellis Todd. Back to Pepe Ars. Agu again in decent space. Lyndon jogging on the spot. We're going to play it past him and find Ellis Todd. Just about keeps it alive. Come on, get this ball in the middle. There it is. Pepe Ars in his right foot. Good block. Good start. But there was a lot of Newcastle shirts back there. That was a really tough one to really break down. Good tackle from Agu in the middle of the park. We see Lyndon Dykes here. We set him away. Can he get his 10th goal of the season? Oh, I left it a little bit late, but he has found the back of the net there. I thought I was trying to hit that first time on his left foot and power it across the goal, but he kind of stuttered a little bit, took a bit of a break, and then played it on his right foot behind the centre-back instead of in front of him. And the main thing is, it still found its way into the back of the net. That was a bit of a, not quite as I intended, but the main thing is it has wound up in the back of the net. Really good stuff from Agu, who did ask to play today, so I'm happy that he's done good there and started off well. That's a lovely goal, though, from Lyndon Dykes. Puts us 1-0 up nice and early, and as I said, 10th goal in the Prem this season. Fantastic stuff. Come on, boys. Pepe Ars now plays it through. Lyndon Dykes yet again running through. This time I'm going to try and lump on his left. Again, he's put it onto his right, but this time Dubravka does make a good save. There again, I just wanted to play it on his left foot and just power it across there nice and quickly, but I think he's got 5-star weak foot, so I'm not too sure why he's auto playing it onto his right. Good header, but a good save from Dubravka. We've been very good this half, very dominant. A second goal would be nice, just that sort of safety net, but we've looked very good. Agu looks back and finds Chalobah. Up here to Pepe Ars. Pepe Ars, first touch, pulls it onto his left. Second touch with the left. And that is in the back of the net. Lovely stuff there. Pepe Ars with a ping. A beautiful curler into that top corner. That really was an absolute belter, boys. Things you do, in fact, love to see. Lovely blooming stuff. Honestly, I'm chuffed with that. That really is a fantastic finish there. Look at this. Just pulls it onto that left foot and then just pings it. Opens up. Dubravka has had a stinker there. Dubravka's had an absolute mare. That looks like it's close enough for him to save, but he's done nothing with it. And Pepe Ars just one behind our top goal scorer in the Dykes. 9 in the league now. 2-0. That is the safety net we needed. Lovely stuff, boys. Well, there it is, half-time, 2-0 up at the break, and that is fantastic stuff. We have been very dominant. They have not had a shot. They've done literally nothing this half. We have defended so well. I honestly think my defenders have maybe touched the ball like 2 or 3 times. That is how little Newcastle have offered going forward. They keep lumping these long balls for like St Maximin to run onto, and they're lumping it from like the halfway line, and pretty much every time it's just gone straight out for a goal kick. You can see they've done next to nothing. A lot of their possession has been in their own half. We really have been the dominant side in that situation, and you know what? I'm chuffed with it. The boys doing very well. I'm going to let some of these sort of first team players get a little bit more tired because they're not going to be starting the next game. Someone like Agu, for example, probably won't start. Chalobah maybe but I'm not too sure yet. But again, we're going to rotate quite a bit. Lamb will maybe make like a very late appearance in this game, but otherwise he's probably just going to see the whole game through. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off Todd here and bring on Harvey Elliott, just because we have got lots of options for wide players to rotate between for the game against Porto, where we're going to play some younger players and some players that maybe don't play very much. So Ellis Todd is going to get a rest. Harvey Elliott coming on at half-time. Otherwise, this is the same team, and this is a fantastic game for us so far. We have looked very, very good. More of the same, please, boys. Let's keep going. Ball to Lyndon Dykes. Sees Pepe Ars in a little bit of space. Pepe trying to turn his defender. Isn't quite going to get the space he needs to do it properly, but he plays it into Lyndon. Lyndon pulls onto his right. Dubravka with a very good save there. Needed to be a very quick reaction, and it was just that. But Lyndon with another good effort on target. You can see just turned the defender, took that little step, and it was quite close to him. But we've seen Dubravka miss shots that were relatively near to him with the Pepe Ars chance. We're going to whip this in there. Dykes up with the header. Heads it wide. Unlucky, man. Oh, lovely block there from Agu. And now Agu bursting through. We're going to give him a go to take a goal himself here. And he has got one. That might actually be Agu's first goal for the club. And he's done really well there. That's all his own work. Won the ball in the middle of the park. Ran it forward. Dykes was with him. But Agu on his left foot has powered it into that far corner. Fantastic stuff. I'm really chuffed for him because I'm fairly sure, as I say, that is his first goal for the club. Very, very happy indeed. Fair play to Agu, mate. Lovely stuff. 3-0. Absolutely cruising right now. The boys are playing out their skin. You blooming love to see it, lads. Okay, it is going to be a goal kick for Newcastle, and we have made some changes. Our last two, we have brought on Lamb for Hammerlinen, and we brought on Ilias Chair for Pepe Ars, just because Pepe was getting really quite tired, so I'd rather not run the risk of an injury. But Lamb obviously coming on for the last 10 minutes, and Ilias will probably play against Porto, but, you know, 10 minutes shouldn't really ruin his chance of playing the full 90 at least, sort of kind of thing, in the midweek game. Well, there we go. That right there is going to be full-time. 3-0 to QPR, a very comfortable result. As I said, Newcastle offered literally nothing. So we absolutely blitzed it, which is exactly the kind of result we needed to get back into form after two very tricky games. And a couple of tricky episodes, honestly. But that right there shows our dominance. Well done, boys. Well, that win in the league, I'm sure, would have done us some good. So we're just going to very quickly have a look at the leagues and just double check and see what that does for us. Obviously, a very important win. Again, picking up some form. Up into 5th, which is fantastic. Really happy with that. Awesome. Again, the next game in the next episode against Spurs is huge. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. Okay, so you can see quite a few rotated players. Seny Dieng going to get his, I'm fairly sure, first start for us, at least in over a season. Potentially, since we've taken over, going to be his first start. Lamb starting on the left. Carter Vickers, Ozzy, and Ludwig finishing up the centre, or like the defensive line. Dumball and Faisal Batach at CDM. Elyounoussi on the left. Morgan over on the right. Ilias Chair, and then Obafemi up top. So quite a rotated side. 4 people, I think, possibly some of their first starts in at least a long time. But again, just a bit of rotation really lets us like rest the squad properly. Like obviously none of these guys here are in our starting 11 normally, so it means that the game for Spurs we have a fully rested 11. A couple of them on the bench, we might bring them on if we're like maybe looking a little bit stinky in this game, but regardless, let's take on Porto. Let's finish off our Europa League group stage. Here we go at the Kion Prince. Thankfully, we know this is not our final European game. It's the last one in the group stage, but it's not our final European game as we have made it through the group, which is fantastic. Ozzy Kakai leading the boys out today. Again, quite a rotated squad, but hopefully the boys can play well today. We can get ourselves a result, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how some of these youngsters do with some of their sort of first starts, and hopefully they can have a gosh darn good game. Let's get into it, boys. Let's see how we do. On you Ars. Morgan going to bring the ball forward, going to play it inside to Obafemi. Obafemi sees Ilias Chair through the middle here. Ilias Chair, we're going to go to that close post. He's going to strike it. He's going to find the back of the net. Ilias Chair has really been in top form in the Europa League. Him and Obafemi have linked up fantastically well this entire campaign in the Europa League. So honestly, I'm chuffed for these two. They really have done very, very well, and they will probably play in the Europa League a lot of the way through. I'm going to keep, you know, like, there's been a few times in, I think it was Wenger with Arsenal, played a youth team throughout the, I think it was like the FA Cup. They got to the final and he stuck with them. And I like that. I like being able to say, you know what, these guys have earned their way to this final. Let's see if we can get them in there. The only exceptions will be if there's a certain person I want to captain or that kind of thing. But other than that, I have to say, up the boys, 1-0, Ilias Chair, my man. They got the ball out wide here. Barrow working it forward. Lamb being outpaced. Good header there from Carter Vickers, but it does go back out to Barrow with a lovely little chip, a lovely little cross in there. And Seny is right at him. But Diaz, I think it is, has found the back of the net. It is Diaz. Makes it 1-1. that was pretty poor, I won't lie to you. The play from Barrow, the little flick behind himself and then the cross in was lovely, but Senny maybe should have done a little bit better, but the defence didn't really give him too much to go for there. As you can see that Ludwig's come right across. Ludwig is right in the middle there. Our right back has left it all with Ozzy, and Ozzy's obviously a centre-back, so I don't know what Ludwig's doing coming right across to play like as a left centre-back there, but the main thing is it has wound up in the back of the net, and it's 1-1. Dunball brings this forward. We see Elyounoussi. First real chance for Elyounoussi to get involved here. He's not seen much of the ball, if the ball at all here. But Elyounoussi gets it, plays it across Obafemi. The pass is blocked before it gets to him, sadly. Ball here with Ilias, going to play it out wide. Morgan isn't quite going to get there. You can see the difference in pace from our usual wingers to the guys who got out there today. Not necessarily Elyounoussi, because he's not particularly slow, but Morgan obviously on the minus rating. He's not a quick customer. That's a good ball over the top here. This could be a problem. Luis Diaz does keep it on. No, he doesn't. Thank God for that. Well, that is going to be half-time. 1-1 at the break, and I have to say, probably a justified sort of half-time score. We started off pretty well. Ilias getting the chance, but other than that, we haven't really created too many chances. To be fair, neither have Porto. Neither side has particularly been dominant. I wonder what this actually means for Porto's chances of going through. Olympiacos currently 1-0 up. I think that's the result Porto need. If they get a point today and the Romanian side lose, I think Porto go through. But obviously, we're not necessarily going to try and help them out. We're just going to try and do our thing, keep playing our usual game. And we are going to take off Carter Vickers and we're going to bring on Park. I know he's 53 rated. I know it's not necessarily the wisest move I could play, but you know what? Just thought I'd mix it up a little bit again. I'm giving some of these youngsters a chance, seeing how they're playing now, getting their form up a little bit just by playing, unless, of course, they can see like 15 goals now, and then obviously his form's going to be pretty terrible anyway. But just thought I'd give them a break, give them their first sort of game in a game that doesn't really mean too much. We are through. We are top of the table. Let's just have some fun. Lamb bursting forward. He's got Elyounoussi trying to catch up to him, but Elyounoussi obviously a little bit behind him right now. But we are now going to turn, try to play it to him, but it hasn't quite worked out. But we're going to play it inside now to Ilias Chair. Ilias, we see Faisal Batach sort of on the penalty spot, or the centre circle, I should say. We're going to play it up now to him. Faisal's going to try and run through a little bit. Going to play it down to Ilias. He's going to put it onto his right. Take that ping. It's not a bad effort. Marchesin had to get back there and had to make the save. We are going to just try and ping this into the box now. Just get it in there, into the mix, to see if we can get someone's head on it. Obafemi, not the tallest of people. It's brought down, but it is saved by the keeper. Obafemi on the ball. We see Ilias Chair with the overlap. Obafemi lays it off to Ilias. Ilias, if he can get it back, and he can do. Obafemi with the strike. Obafemi with the goal. Fantastic stuff. As I said for the first goal, those two really are linking up very, very well. And Obafemi gets himself the goal in this game. Not sure about the celebration, boys. Not my favourite. But well done to the boys there with a lovely goal. Ilias Chair, look at this pass. It is just through those two defenders. And then Sané can't catch up to Obafemi on his left foot. He finds the back of the net. Very happy indeed. 2-1. That's much better, boys. Well done. One last chance maybe to bring the ball forward here. Going to play inside from Morgan to Obafemi. Obafemi to Ilias. Ilias on his left foot. Going to make it 3-1 just as the clock gets into that 3rd minute. Lovely stuff there from Ilias Chair. Again, Obafemi to Ilias Chair. Those two really are a little dynamic duo. They're the Pepe Arce and Lyndon Dykes of our European squad, let's be honest here. Between the two of them, they really are getting goals galore. And it's good to see because, again, they may not be in the first team. They may not be in massive favour for the first squad. But I know that I've got two very good players in the club still, even if they're not playing every single week. And they're both getting goals. 6 goals in the Europa League for Ilias Chair. It's absolutely fantastic. But that is where the game is going to come to an end. 3-1 to the R's. And again, the fact against Ultimate we've won with the team that we had here. Porto aren't necessarily a bad side, but we top our group in the Europa League. That really is good news for us. Fantastic. I'm chuffed for the boys. Let's bloomin' go, lads. Well, there we go. 3-1 in the Europa League. Again, I will just very quickly check that does top us in the group. I'm fairly sure we were pretty much guaranteed top before that game. I think that's why I was willing to rotate quite a bit. But there we go. 15 points, 5 wins and a loss. Porto actually finished up bottom of the group. The Olympiacos game in the end ended up being... wait, what was the score? I'm so confused now. Hold on. It was 2-0 to Olympiacos. So actually, a point wasn't enough for Porto. Porto needed to win and have it be that Olympiacos won. So Porto needed the 3 points there, but they didn't get it. And they've actually rocked out or crashed out of the Europa League bottom place. But we've gone through with sailing colours, 11 goal difference, which is fantastic. Very, very happy indeed. But that is going to be where we end today's episode. Next episode up against Spurs. potentially a huge game if we have any intention of trying to catch up with Spurs, which I'm not necessarily saying that's going to be our target, but obviously against Chelsea, 2 teams above us, 2 teams or around us, I should say, because I think Chelsea's just below us. They are indeed. We have to keep these points up against these teams, against everyone, but especially against the teams around us, because those really are going to become 6-pointers as we progress into the season. But that is it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, then please do leave a like on this video. It supports me, the video, the channel, and this series out a whole bunch. If you are new to the channel, then please do hit that sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video, or indeed go live on the live stream. Plus, don't forget, we stream on Twitch Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as well, late at night. But for now, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash those hands, guys.
Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, we'll say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know. Hursty Games.